Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net and it is Tuesday the 11th of August. Thanks again for watching. Now of course we're still raising funds for Macmillan Cancer Support. We're doing that right the way through August thanks to so many of you who have already donated. If you've not done so yet, this is your chance. You just log on to www.justgiving.com/weatherweb. So that's justgiving.com/weatherweb and you can make your donation online. Now, you can donate any amount that you want to. Some of you really very generous with your donations. But look, anything is welcome, and I know some people can afford more than others. If you can't afford to donate, then just please do spread the word about what we're doing. Get other people to donate. So far we've raised just shy of £700 and we've got a target of £1,000. So come on, let's try and beat that today. As I said before, we've got many thousands of users of WeatherWeb, 40 donations so far. So if you've not donated, please, now is your chance to do so. A couple of things I wanted to show you today. First up, what I call a cautionary tale really of not being a model monkey, and I'll show you why. This is the radar picture for 10 o'clock this morning. Notice this area of rain here off the southwestern parts of the country, just running into the western parts of the channel. Now compare that with the prediction from the Met Office Euro 4 model. This is the prediction for 10 o'clock this morning, exactly the same as the radar picture, and look, no rainfall. Goes to show, doesn't it? We've got a starting point there from the model which is clearly inaccurate. So if you run that through, then actually the rest of it is not going to be accurate either, because if it's not getting a ground truth from the radar such as there, then it sure as hell ain't going to be getting anything else. So it's a salutary lesson there in not just following the models slavishly and making predictions based on. This is why it's so important. This is what I always tell my students. You've got to look at the observations before you're making the predictions. It's absolutely vital. And of course that then has a knock-on effect as to what's going to happen as we get through this week, particularly regards to the thundery rain through Thursday and Friday. This is the GFS from the midnight run. This is Wednesday at 7 o'clock. There's Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the evening. And you notice how the GFS then tries to pull the rain northwards, look, into Thursday morning. That's Thursday 7 o'clock. There's Thursday 10 o'clock, and then it pushes it further north through Thursday itself. But really it's not until overnight Thursday into Friday that it really gets going, and it focuses itself across the eastern parts of Scotland, northern England, running down through the Midlands, Wales and into southern England too. Some really heavy bursts of rain. That's what the GFS is seeing. This is what the ECMWF sees. Again, this is from weatheronline.co.uk. It's available to premium members. And if you're not a premium member yet, it's well worth doing so at weatheronline.co.uk. This is the ECMWF for 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. There it is at 1 o'clock. There it is at 4. That's 7 o'clock Thursday evening. Again, look, focused across the south of the country. There it is at 10. And then look, overnight Thursday into Friday, it really gets going. But the ECMWF wants to have it a little bit further east, so it's got it more across the eastern parts of England rather than off towards the west. So somewhere within this zone is going to be seeing some pretty heavy bursts of rain through Thursday night to Friday morning. It's just so difficult to pin down at the moment where it's going to be, but if you take the median line, then actually it's probably within that sort of zone there that is at the highest risk of catching heavy rain. So southeast Scotland, northwest England, running down through parts of the Western Midlands down into central southern parts of England look to be at most risk of catching those heavy periods of rain. Of course that then has a further knock-on effect as to what goes on through the weekend and into next week. Well, it looks like becoming more showery as we head into the weekend, but then the question becomes what happens beyond that. Hints, and just hints, of us seeing pressure building. The ECMWF and the GFS both are going with the idea of trying to get pressure building at the end of next week. Remember, I've been telling you these dates, the 19th, 20th for a pressure build. I think it's there, but as I've been saying, it's probably a 3 or a 4 day window. It may not affect all areas. Again, I'm afraid northern and western Scotland may again still be in outbreaks of rain, but CFS is picking up on something interesting. This is the CFS week 3 forecast for rainfall, taking us up to the 31st of August, and just look. it tries to keep the UK dry during this period. Now, you can't take things too literally when you're looking at the CFS because we're looking at a long-range model, but it's interesting just to note that it sees that ridge built in. It sees high pressure as a dominating feature, and then the 7th of September, the following week, look, it pulls the high away down to the south, but still keeps much of England, Wales, Southern Ireland and France dry, rain across northern and western parts of Scotland, and then into the following week, so week 5, it's back again, high pressure back in once again. And this is very similar to the charts that I've been showing you for how the beginning part of September is shaped up in similar El Nino years when we've had a moderate El Nino event. This is how the charts have appeared. So again, it's trying to get us into an analogue of those previous years when there was a moderate El Nino. Of course, what we need to be very wary of is to make sure that the CFS isn't just taking that into account as well, and it's just seeing the same as us with the analogue being in there. It's not just part of the dynamics of the model, but all these hints are starting to get in there now that pressure tries to build end of the month into the early part of September. Still very low confidence on it, but it's interesting to see this backing up my thoughts. That then has a knock-on effect through the rest of the autumn. Remember, that's the autumn, the anomalies, the 500 bar flow for the autumns when there were similar El Nino years. So this was 09, 02, 94, 91, 68, 63. This was when there were similar El Nino years, and you notice the above normal heights look centered across and to the north of the country, lower than normal down towards the south. That's for the whole of August through to October. It's for the whole of the autumn. And it highlights the idea of that higher than normal heights towards north, and really those higher than normal heights are the beginning of September mainly, then it breaks down second half of September, then it normally goes back to better weather through the first part of October before we go into real stormy conditions end of October into November. That's how we're still thinking of things just at the moment, but I'll build on this story as we go through the course of this week. Okay, I'll leave you with that for now, but don't forget to donate to Macmillan Appeal. You can do so at weatherweb.net / sorry, not weatherweb. That's justgiving.com / weatherweb.net. So that's www.justgiving.com / weatherweb.net. Anything you can give will be very gratefully received for what I'm sure you already know is a fantastic charity. Okay, I'll leave you with that for now, but whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.